Welcome back to the Man Up channel. I am your host, Bob Buckland, and once again with me is John Font.
And we have a great one here today for you, coming from another Disney subsidiary.
Out of all curiosity, what would that one might be there, Font?
We're talking about Jim Henson right now. Jim Henson Company, obviously not Jim Henson, because, well, he's no longer with us. But they issued a call for an inclusive puppeteering workshop, excluding, straight white males.
You mean a company that was founded by a white male no longer wants white males to work for them?
Correct. That's what it says. Everything seems to echo this sentiment from Kevin Feige's statement earlier this week about Doctor Strange not showing up in WandaVision to accusations of the whitewashing of the Star Wars The Bad Batch. Add to this the continuing bandwagon. The Jim Henson Company has posted an audition call to Twitter this week for top talent for new creative voices for the diverse communities and backgrounds to train as puppeteers in the Jim Henson technique. Described by the company as an inclusive workshop, the program's criteria states the Los Angeles company is currently looking to train, quote, members of the LGBTQ plus community and peoples of color and women's of cultures and backgrounds. The workshop also requires the applicant to submit a short sample of their puppetry and their comedic work, and it will take place across 5 days in July. That's pretty exclusive, I would say.
Exclusive, inclusive, it's really hard to know the difference anymore. We're going to go ahead and screenshot this right here for you. It's actually from Twitter with the Jim Henson Company right on it. The Jim Henson Company, headquartered in Los Angeles, California, is seeking top talent and new creative voices for diverse communities and backgrounds to train as puppeteers in the Jim Henson's technique. Please see posted images and complete submission guidelines. That's what we read before.
Just goes along with Marvel Studios and the Black Widow Marvel film that's cut to come out in July. It will feature a number of women, notably, of course, Scarlett Johansson, who will be returning for her role as Black Widow and Natasha Romanoff. But the only white male featured in the film will be the Red Guardian, and at least as trailers have shown, it will be kind of a cross between Fat Thor and Captain America Russian ripoff, whose service to the plot is levity and comedic punching bag compared to the rest of the cast who deal with the more serious mission.
You know, this has been going around for a year, probably closer to 2 years now, that by the end of Phase 4 for Marvel, that most of the characters are going to be people of color, and they're going to phase out pretty much white actors. And, you know, I thought that was just a bad rumor, because there's so many great characters out there. Who cares what their skin color is, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Isn't that what we're pushing for now in the year 2021, is that anyone can be a superhero?
Right, because that's the way that it should be. Is that you should be judged on the amount of your character as opposed to the color of your skin. I think somebody said that one time at some point.
Rings a bell.
Yeah. In the end, the Jim Henson Company's casting call is yet another case of a large corporate entity pushing agendas based on race, gender, and socio-political affiliations in the name of cultural diversity and quote-unquote inclusivity, while in reality practicing the diametrical opposite behavior of the very word. Since then, it appears to have been a Hollywood-wide culture shift, at least on social media and social justice direction, as equal opportunity employment practices and merit come down to secondary or less important surface-level qualities. The Jim Henson Company is no longer an exception to the rule. In fact, the replies to the audition call seem to echo that very thing.
Oh, you know what? We got some more tweets down here. We're going to screenshot these as well for everyone to see. But here's one from Snowdub. Been training my entire life for an opportunity like this, but I'm not allowed to apply because of my skin color. Jim Henson would be ashamed.
I really 100% believe that. I think Jim Henson really pushed for, I mean, look at the diversity of his characters. Some of them, even especially like on Sesame Street and stuff, some of them were handicapped, some of them were 10 feet tall, some of them lived in garbage cans, but they were all made to be lovable characters that had character qualities and personalities that you enjoyed watching and participating in the show with. And I think that was, from everything I've ever heard of and read about Jim Henson, that was his goal personally too. Like, it wasn't just a show. That was his goal personally, was to see people like Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird work together in a dynamic situation like we do in the real world.
Right. We've all watched the Muppet movies. We all watched Sesame Street. We've all seen, there is a rainbow of colors in every Muppet movie. He had no one favorite color. They were all included. Everyone had a role to play. Everyone did their part. And at the end of the show, everyone was better off for it.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, even the guys sitting in the balcony during the Muppet Show, and they would sit there and they'd always yell and scream.
But my gosh, those two old cranky farts were my favorite characters. They still are.
They just had so much character. Like, the Muppet movies in general are just a genre all their own. Like, they just still hold a special place in my heart for like bringing out people like Gonzo, who were completely different, but who were still part of the family. And I always thought that was really neat, that was something that he brought forward, was that, the other Muppets adopting Gonzo was a worthwhile thing.
Yeah. I mean, the music was great. Overall, the movies were really good. Even Jim Henson's worked with the Ninja Turtles. Everything was spot on, and everything just fit together. He had such a vision and a drive, and it showed in every Muppet that he brought to life. It's being exclusive or inclusive, whatever you want to call it, had nothing to do with this work. And for them trying to pull this now is just tarnishing his reputation.
Right. I totally agree with that. Let's look down here at another tweet. Data Racer says, "This is called discrimination, SJWs." Further down, Dayton Falls says, "White people not welcome." And that's all he says, which is probably very true.
Yeah. And then that guy calling everyone who's not a cis white male, why not just be up in front about it? I would be fully in support if it weren't for women of all background. You're giving one more advantage to the single most privileged social group in the modern world, cis white women.
This was a hectic year for the Muppet shows. They were getting lambasted on social media for having disclaimers put in front of their episodes for harmful content, and there was discussion about Miss Piggy being canceled due to her abusive behavior toward Kermit the Frog. Their parent company, Disney, has been trending for its wokeness, most recently for their alleged use of a training program based on critical race theory. Well, that's new. Are they following Coca-Cola, or is Coca-Cola following them?
I don't know. The mouse probably owns Coca-Cola by now.
Oh, yeah. That's probably true. He owns everything else. Why not? It goes without mentioning that the content for the Muppets since their $75 million purchase by Disney in 2004 has been slim on the Disney Plus streaming platform. There are only a few titles to be found under the Muppets collection. Even then, finding the shows is hard enough, as you would need to scroll past the more popular recent titles to get to the collection list. There's also been a general lack of interest in the puppetry business, never mind anything Jim Henson, because Hollywood pushed to integrate digital animation into live action settings. Ultimately, this has led to the lack of momentum for the Disney company to produce anything with the Muppets going forward. As for the remnants of the Jim Henson Company, there's even less on the horizon. The last proper Henson movie was The Happy Time Murders, which was only notable for winning the 2019 Raspberry Award for the Worst Actress thanks to Melissa McCartney. We should definitely hire her back.
Ha. Well, I mean, she's not doing anything since Ghostbusters is moving into a new direction.
Oh, shocker there.
Oh.
What do you think about the Jim Henson Company putting out a No White Guys Allowed audition call sound off for the company. Comments below. Let's talk about it on social media. So definitely leave your comments below. These are definitely not the only company that seems to be doing this. I know Disney seems to be running in the forefront of a lot of that, but I also think that after our episode on Coca-Cola that dealt with that a lot, and I don't know, some of the other things. I think the only thing that is not multicultural right now is Congress.
No, because it's filled with a bunch of old white people.
Old white guys, I guess, mostly.
I don't know. Most of them don't have a chance to speak with Nancy. Always a rah, 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 rah.
That's true. No, to be fair, I think the only ones they ever focus on is AOC. Because she goes on Twitch and plays Among Us with random people.
Oh, that's not true. She just got caught in the news for illegally parking her car.
Oh, wow. No, I hadn't heard that. She has a car? Like, I thought she was in for the whole Green New Deal.
No, it legitimately was her car with congressional plates on it, illegally parked.
Well, she definitely thinks that she's above the law. I could definitely tell you that, though.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? Make her try to pass her driving test again?
Probably wasn't even her driving. She probably had a driver and told him to park there. And he was like, that's illegal. And she was like, so? I'm AOC. Park there.
Yeah, I'm surprised she can spell her name.
Do it. Just do it. And then she sued Nike because she said it first. Well, as Yoda would say, white people I don't see.
That's why he was so surprised when Luke showed up.
Right? White you are. Home you must go. Send me some other stormtrooper. Black he must be. Or close.
Are we allowed to say that?
Probably not. Yoda was green, so I don't know. Was Yoda racist? I don't know. I think Yoda was racist against robots because you find him constantly in all the movies hitting robots with sticks.
That's true.
He was constantly hitting R2-D2. I think
Which was a white robot.
That's true. That's true. He hated him, yeah. Well, when it's smaller than him, I guess he can. I'm shocked he didn't kill more seagulls.
I love that one. All right, so let me ask you something. Since you are a manager of a restaurant and all that good stuff.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Can you imagine if you would have had to put out a flyer for applications and you had to be like, okay, this one specific group, you're not allowed to put in applications?
Oh, wow. No. I mean, I hired 70-year-olds, so I should have told them they were too old. The one lady, I gave her a heart attack. It was terrible. She went in for surgery and never came back.
Oh.
Not so cool, but yeah, no, there would be a huge uproar.
Right?
I mean, I think it's funny. I have a couple of the kids there that go to college and stuff, and so they're more to the left leaning, we'll say, to be gentle. And they're both talking about, since the mask mandate has been lifted, they're still going to wear masks. Now, okay, I understand some of that, but they're also the worst people I have to get on their case about wearing masks. So I really don't think that's going to stick.
I don't know. Hopefully the brain cells will start kicking in here soon enough. I doubt it.
Yeah. But as far as my restaurant is concerned, all of the mandates have been lifted and we are back to full capacity. Except for employment, obviously, because we can't hire anyone, let alone white males.
Well, just wait. Here at the end of June, DeWine's going to take off all the extra for unemployment aid and funding. So,
I'm excited
start
about
working here in about a month.
Heck yeah. Come on in. Put in your application. I'm tired of getting emails and text messages from all the other restaurants I've worked at telling me to come back.
Yep. Unless you're a white male.
And then...
Oh, wait. No. This... we don't have enough lawyers to do that.
Right. You can just come on in. Come on in. It doesn't even matter. You can be a midget. We'll hire you.
You got to bring your own ladder from home, though.
Wheelchair? No problem. We'll fix that. Nope, we're always looking for people. So I think it's sad when people like the one guy said, he trained for it his whole life and he's going to be excluded from that because of his skin color. And some of that already happens in government jobs and so on and so forth, to where they have to have a person from a minority they have to have a minority-run company do part of a government contract. And so you have these people who are good at their job, but they can't get jobs because the government won't hire them because they're white.
As media was already pushing this last year, it's Family Guy, Simpsons, a bunch of voice actors ended up leaving their jobs because they're white people playing people of colors in cartoon series. So it's just going to be an ongoing trend until...
How can you do that on The Simpsons? They're all yellow.
Right?
Anyway.
It's the voice actor for Apu, which I forgot Simpsons was actually a thing until I heard that come through. And South Park ended up ripping him a new one for that one, which was freaking hilarious.
That wouldn't shock me at all. South Park doesn't give anybody any slack ever for anything.
Oh, I love South Park.
They're on their own network now, aren't they? They don't even have to deal with anybody
I think they're
anymore.
still part of Comedy Central.
Okay.
It's I know they moved their streaming platform to HBO Max, which honestly is I got HBO Max just to watch a movie, and I love it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That they said that they like the whole they changed it, but they didn't change it. That's the take I got on it. Do you like the new animation? Or can you really even tell?
I mean, it's a lot cleaner than the first season.
Of course it is.
But, overall, it's still not too far off. It's really basic.
Why didn't we come up with that? Like, seriously, why didn't we take construction paper and build people that walk around and just put different mouths on them and stuff? When I saw what South Park really was, I was like, wow, I should have thought of that.
Have you watched the early interviews?
Oh, no.
Oh, you should watch it. It's hilarious. It's I can't remember the dude they had play chef. And he was talking about when these guys approached him and be like, we want you to say these very explicit adult content thing to third graders. He's like, you're messing with me, right? There's no way you want me to do this.
It's South Park. Oh, gracious.
Oh, but anyways, you know what? In closing, I can't believe this is what we're actually reporting on. Jim Henson was remembered for so many great pieces of art and for beloved movies and trying to bring people together, and we are going on now to just destroy what he set out to do.
Yeah, because that's not his thing at all. So I guess if anything else, we can definitely remember Jim Henson, born September 24th, 1936, and died May 16th, 1990. He will be missed, and we do really appreciate. He was an American puppeteer, animator, cartoonist, actor, inventor, composer, filmmaker, and screenwriter who achieved worldwide notice as the creator of The Muppets and Fraggle Rock and as the director of The Dark Crystal and Labyrinth. That's an amazing... He did it all. He didn't just wait for somebody to come pick him up or wait for Disney to come get him. He did it all. Screenwriter, did everything, so...
I would say it's going to be our time to riot and protest, but we have to work on Monday, and they close down Sears. So with that, this is the Man Up channel, and we will talk to you later.
Peace out.